Hey everybody, is everybody ready for the Final Fantasy 15 panel? Well then, let's welcome the lead game designers of Final Fantasy 15, Haz and Sun, who are here from Tokyo.
Hi guys.
Hello, everyone.
Yep.
Woo!
Whoa.
It's great to be in Boston today. I came here like 20 years ago, and it was really memorable. I just love the culture, the mix of cultures of academic and, town and all that.
And the seafood. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the seafood, of course. Okay. So, welcome to Behind the Game Designs of Final Fantasy 15 PAX East panel, everyone. And a shout out to all of you who's watching from Square Enix Presents and Twitch. Where's the camera? Yeah, there. Okay, so before we get into the juicy bits of Final Fantasy 15, I would like to introduce you to this remarkable man, whose name I still can't pronounce until today. Yep, it's yeah.
It's Prasad Vityagan. Yes, for your information.
Okay,
And
sorry.
I know it sounds confusing because, there's 2 times Prasad there, but if you find a name with 2 words repetitively, it's my name.
Yep.
However, my friend, they'll call me Sun, so please feel free to call me Sun.
Right. So please help me welcome his first stage debut as lead game designer, Sun.
Thank you very much.
All right. So he's the lead game designer for the Buddy team. Maybe you want to explain what the Buddy team does?
Yep, my team is a buddy team, and when we say buddy, we refers to the, friend AI character that will be with you during the journey. And me and my team are responsible for their existence in the game, not just how they battle, but how they walk, how they talk, all of their behavior. And one sad thing is that, most of the people take these AI character, their friend character for granted, because in most of the game, the friend character are just there for the sake of story, right? But in Final Fantasy 15, as we will tell you later, these character plays a very significant role to the game. So we want to make a big revolution here of what friend AI characters can do to the game and can give to the experience of the game. So that's why me and my team work really hard. Well, my team consists of lots of engineers and artists, and I'm working really hard to, do these challenges and give you a brand new experience.
Super poetic.
No.
Very good. It might be his stage debut as lead game designer, but he's very used to the stage when it comes to singing and music AI as well. You're a singer, songwriter, a cappella composer, too much, man.
No, I've never been on a stage with these kind of, with lots of people before, so yeah.
You can start singing now.
No, I won't. I'm not going to sing today, I'm sorry.
So disappointing.
Yep.
He was also the singer for Lightning Returns, right? In the Dead Dune section, am I right?
Yeah, in Japanese version, so you cannot hear it, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to have a foreign person singing for the Japanese version of the game.
Yeah, that's fantasy,
What the heck does it mean?
Okay, so enough about me, and let me introduce my friends here. He's also one of the remarkable guys I've ever known, and he's quite famous. Well, some of you guys might already know him because, he's everywhere in the internet.
I don't think anyone knows me. Yeah.
Okay, so let me introduce you. One, Hazme.
So,
Well,
Yep.
he's the lead game designer for the culture team. Well, can you tell me about the culture team? It's so confusing,
Sawadee
Yes.
Culture. Yeah,
No.
so it's just as the name suggests, we actually create cultures for the world of Final Fantasy 15, and we start that culture building with civilizations, and that's our main team starts.
Civilization, you mean you make buildings?
Well, yeah, not only make buildings, though, what? Yeah, we actually, we have a elite team of artists, modelers, motion artists and programmers. So we actually create the town and, they walk, the NPCs walk, we create the culture, we create the food, everything, yeah.
Yes,
From
he's
the ground
trying to
up.
say not only building, but people, car, the culture
Yeah.
behind them, everything, yeah.
Exactly. So in short, we actually create, civilizations that affect the surrounding area in the world map, and the surrounding area also affects the civilization. So the reason why I like to call it civilization rather than town is because we don't want to make a town just to, you know, make it a rest stop for your journey. We want it to be rich with culture, right? For example, how the economy contributes, how the city contributes to the economy, for example, and you know what they eat and all that. So yeah, that's the culture team, and we are part of the open world. World map section.
Yep. And you know, this guy, his hobby is to observe lots of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I travel to different countries, I always notice how they queue up for the bus, or should I say, a lack of queue, like in my country, for example.
So be careful, you are observed by him, and you might be in the NPC in the game. I don't know.
Yeah. We never know.
Yep.
Yep.
And also, he has a hobby of traveling around, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And he quite fussy about, you know, before we came to Boston, I tried to buy a Boston guidebook, and he's come to me crazy like, why do you buy the guidebook? And
You don't buy a guidebook to go to a country, man. You know, you have to let Boston surprise you. Take it all in. Yeah, you silly guy.
He's poetic too, you know, a culture man. Well, you
Culture
deserve
man.
to be a leader of a culture team, yes. Yep.
Right. So this is our profile. But however, a lot of people ask us, you know, what is our life like as a game designer in Square Enix? So we joined back in 2010.
Yep.
Yeah, around the same year, right? I mean, yours was?
I was in December.
Yeah, I came in July.
Yes, it's very, you know, it's very fun to work in Japan. And back then, there were only four foreigners
yeah,
in the
including the
team.
two of us in the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's hard to work as a game designer in Japan if you cannot speak Japanese, you know.
And it's not only about speaking Japanese, it's about persuading people in Japanese and all that, you know, and arguing in Japanese.
Yes, you have to argue with Japanese in Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's difficult, yeah.
Yep.
Why didn't you tell them about your experience, your first meeting there?
Oh yeah, when I first joined Square Enix, I had to go into this meeting, and the meeting was about an airship crash, and it was a level design for that. So when I came in, I was like, I want to show off my game design skills, you know, Prisoner's Dilemma, all those game design theories. And the first thing they talked about was, you know, how the airship crashes. For example, it goes phew, ba 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 boom, for example.
No, it should be ki, dogang.
No,
And
it
that
should be
sound more
king,
Japan-
So yeah, we were doing that for the whole 60 minutes, and I was asking the boss, what are we supposed to do again?
dogang.
Yeah, dokang.
Yes.
So I really like the fact that, you know, Japanese people, they're very visual creatures, so it's all about the experience, not just, you know, game design theories and all that stuff.
Yeah, combine this with the logical thinking, and we can build a game that is, well, superb, you know. Yep.
Yeah, for example, I mean, you know, we have people who are in charge of cars. They really love cars in the game.
Yeah, and some people who are crazy about creatures, they are in charge of the monster. One of the good things of our studio is that we have lots of maniacs, and they can do what they like about into the game. So that's why we can create depth in games, you know. Like the guy who like to observe people and like culture, he in charge of culture.
And people who like music AI and emotion bonding between two people, that's it.
Yeah, so that's why we can create a great game here. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, enough of, you know, introduction. Oh yeah, we forgot one more guy.
Yes,
Yes.
we forgot a very, very important guy.
Yep. And he's not here today, unfortunately.
Yep.
So, but we have to introduce our director, Hajime Tabata.
Our boss.
I can't believe I'll see the day that Hajime Tabata takes his own selfie.
It's new to us too, you know.
Okay, but we did receive a video message from him last night.
At 11.
Yep, so we didn't have time to put in the subtitles, so I'll try to translate or interpret the speech.
Hello everyone. 田畑はじめです。
Hajime Tabata here.
皆さん、
I hope you are
PAX
all
East
having
楽
fun
しんでますか？
at PAX East. I wish I could be there with you, but I'm attending my daughter's
これか
graduation
ら
today.
娘の卒園式があるので、
I believe you're all in good hands, though, with Haz and Son. Oh, thank you.
でも
Who are great representatives of our team. They have a great presentation in store for you with some details that have never been shared before.
会場に行っていますので、
Don't forget that Final Fantasy Type 0 HD comes out in just 10 days with the Final Fantasy 15 episode Duskai demo included. Please enjoy the presentation and I'll see you soon. Yep, that was Hajime Tabata.
ラスカが発売になります。皆さん、こちらもお忘れなきをよろしくお願いします。それじゃあ、みんなで楽しんでください。
Kami
はい
sini ko na tayo.
see you soon
Let's have fun.
バイバイ
Let's have fun. All right. So yeah, he's a family man. He's gonna attend his daughter's graduation today. So very busy. Okay. Enough chit chat. Let's go to Type 0 HD now. The thing is, I read on some forums that you're just getting Final Fantasy Type 0 HD for Final Fantasy 15 Episode Dasukae.
And that's a waste, yeah.
Yeah, it's a waste.
That's a waste.
I mean, it's a great game, man. Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, and you're one of the designers of the game, right?
Yeah, I was the field planner for Type 0, yeah. So I was the team that created Academia, which is the main university base. So it's, you know, it's a nice mix of culture between academic and town and all that.
Just like Boston.
Yeah, just like Boston. And, you know, you control an elite class of Type 0, elite class of Class 0 students. So you always go from the university, then you get the quest, and then you go out again and then come back again. So it's like you have to create a very comfortable area for you. Yep. So if I tell you my opinions on Type 0, then, you know, it's a bit fake because I'm a developer, so my opinions might be skewed. So, but you have played the game, right?
Yeah, I was playing as one user in a Japanese version back then, and you know it was amazing because I was amazed in the very first scene to the very end of the game because you know the way they do the storytelling is quite dramatic, and the theme of the game is about war and historical things.
Yeah,
you know.
Tabata-san loves his war and historical things, right?
Yeah, and it's new for a Final Fantasy series because when you talk about Final Fantasies, you expect something more cute, you know.
Yeah.
And this one is, well, they have the war theme, and I might say it deserves to be called Mature Final Fantasy. So I think that might fit you, so please try that. Yep.
What do you think of the battle system then?
Well, for the battle system, we have 14 characters with separate controls. And you know, when you go to the mission, you can bring 14 of them to the missions. And you play 3 of them. And when one of them die, you replace, well, the die character with a new character. So the very interesting part is that you have to choose right which character to use first and which to save till last, especially your favorite characters. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember last time I played it for the first time, for real, and I only leveled up 3 of my favorite characters, and they all got wiped out in one battle. So I'm screwed. Everyone is level 1 still.
Please
So-
be more strategical than him because that really happened in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your favorite character in Type 0?
I like Deuce. You know, she play music and she.
Oh yeah, no wonder.
But for the beginner, I recommend using King because he's very easy to use. You know, you can
Right.
use him to do the kill side and break side very easily.
Yep.
And you?
Me? I think I like, Rem because she's very easy for a beginner. So, you know, you can just have an agile attack here and there. So she really follows what you want her to do.
Yeah.
But I think my personal favorite is Scythe, actually. I like characters who use very clumsy weapons. You can easily cut yourself, right? If you don't use it properly. Yeah. So, yeah, please try Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. Please get it. So please try the game. The game will come out on March 5th, 17th, 2015 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
And for the day 1 edition, please look for this piece of paper.
Yep, that's the
Because-
voucher demo.
Yes, because you will need
A
that.
demo voucher, sorry.
Yes, to be able to play Final Fantasy 15 episode Dasukae. And it's exclusively with the Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. So please look for this.
Yeah, so it's a special gift from us to fans who get the game quickly. So yeah, please pre-order now.
Yep.
Right, so now, you have to put that, people will steal it. Yeah. Okay, so, my goodness, some people. So, what are we here for, everyone? Exactly, so let's go and talk about Final Fantasy 15. Now, in case you don't know what Final Fantasy 15 is, I can't hear you. So let's talk about the overview of Final Fantasy 15 first. Now, when we are tasked to create a Final Fantasy, we must, especially a numbered one, we must always make it the best Final Fantasy of the series.
However, Final Fantasy 15 must be a Final Fantasy. So what we want to do with the Final Fantasy 15 is we want to retain the charm of the good old Final Fantasy series, but with new technology available. We will package it into the brand new experience that can express our visions and fit the changing needs of the fans. Yeah, by the way, these video are exclusively for this event, and it's recorded in PS4 version. And you can see the cute
Yeah, That is Sun created the animation, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not a screenshot of the actual game, all right?
Yep.
Just a disclaimer. Yep.
Yep.
So retaining the charm and packaging it into a new experience, that is what making Best Final Fantasy is about. The question is, what is the charm of Final Fantasy? You can just look at the title to know what it is. It is fantasy, not final, right? So we have to create new worlds, create new experiences, immerse you in new stuff, a lot of stuff. So that's why we created fantasy. However, with advanced technology and the growing user needs, we have to make sure that the fantasy come with believability.
One more charm of Final Fantasy series that, well, some of the people would take for granted is the fact that in Final Fantasy series, you will never be alone. There's always a party of buddies with you. And, there are lots of games that the heroes travel alone in the world, but not in Final Fantasy series, and especially not in Final Fantasy 15, because your friends are always there with you. They follow you, not behind you, but they walk beside you. So that's very new for the game. And with this combined with the storyline and the fact that how to say that we want to create a believability in the game, we designed to package the concept of Avenger with buddies into the form of a road trip in Final Fantasy 15.
All right. So Final Fantasy 15 is a game of a road trip with your best buddies in a fantastical yet believable world. Yep, big words, big words. However, the reason why I repeated this sentence is because that we must make sure that all core design stem from this philosophy. For example, when you go out there and travel with your friends, what do? You try to find some place to eat, or
You're again accused where to sleep.
or complain that your friend is snoring, right? That's what happened actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he complains that I snore.
Or you can do the camp with your friends. You can do cooking with your friends. Yeah.
Right. So that's the reason why we make sure that the game design is reflected on this philosophy. For example, you can only level up when you camp, right? So we must make sure that we define the experience first, then define the game design, not the other way around. Yep.
Yep, and one of the good new things is that you can experience this portion of the road trip in episode Dusky, which will be released in 10 days.
10 days, guys.
Yep.
Woo! Are you getting it? Yeah? All right. So let's talk about episode Dusky. Episode Dusky is named after the region. Dusky. Right? Not episode.
Straightforward enough. Yeah.
Okay, so Dusky is a region where you actually see a lot of vast green land with natural land formations. For example, rock formations or even lakes and stuff. The part that we're going to show you in episode Dusky, the scope of the level, is only limited to a portion of the Dusky region. It's not the entire region that you'll be able to play, just a portion of it. And that is quite big already, actually. And Dusky is part of a bigger world, which is more than 10 times bigger than Dusky region itself.
So you experience a portion of all the world in episode Dusky.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a reason that you're stuck in this Dusky region in the episode Dusky. That's because your car is broken, and there's a reason that your car is broken. That's because one certain blonde guy broke your car. And I
Yeah.
won't tell you who's he.
Yeah, many blonde guys in the game, yep.
Yep. And since the car is broken, you cannot go anywhere. However, the mechanic Cindy is generous enough to fix your car for a price.
That's not generous, but yeah, okay.
Yes. So you have to concern yourself for one thing and one thing only. That is the money.
Okay, remember that post? The money.
You will find it in the game, yeah.
Right. So, the objective of the demo is to get money. It's up to you how you want to get the money. For example, if you pick up items and you want to sell it, yeah, go ahead, but that would be a long route, right? So we offer you the main quest, and that is something to do with the Behemoth itself. Right, so the Behemoth is running amok at the current storyline, and it's causing a lot of problems for natural habitation, and also for towns and all that. So which is why there's a wanted poster for Behemoth. Let me just explain to you briefly on what you can do in episode Dusky, or what you should do. There's a poster right there, so you instantly know that it's wanted for a huge sum of money. And then the first thing that you need to do is to look for the Behemoth So that's the footprint right there. That's the first quest. However, you will get many other quests after that, and that will be shown on the left side of the screen. That's the quest log update. So you have many quests. So what are you going to do? So you open the navigation menu, select the quest that you want, and then we'll put in the navigation marker for you. The navigation marker, the quest marker. The quest marker will indicate where the quest objective is and also the distance. Now, although we have a quest marker, you do not have to do that quest. It is only for your convenience's sake. The problem is with a lot of open world games is that sometimes you do a lot of things and then you get lost, right? You don't know what to do next. So you can always set this quest marker for just to remind you that you want to do this quest. Now, when it's nighttime, then there'll be many dangerous creatures about. So I'm sure you might have seen the Active Time Report before. Active Time Report is a web exclusive video, live video with Tabata-san. So you have to choose to camp in order to avoid night battles because they're very hard, very difficult. So you just go to a camp, go there, and Ignis will cook for you. And that particular dish will give you some buffs. And also you can level up, like I mentioned earlier. So do that properly, do that after you camp, then you can return to the rest point anytime that you want. So it will auto-save when you stay in when you camp. So let's say, for example, you're in a pinch, so you can just go to the navigation menu after you exit the battle and return to rest point at any time. And so that's it. Yeah, so just try to find the behemoth. If you do encounter it, good luck.
Okay, guys, before that, we want to reveal the control scheme of the game. However, we have a special guest that will help you with the tutorial, with the battle tutorial inside the game too. Please welcome Master Gladio Bootcamp.
All right. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, and he's also teach you in the game too, so let's see it.
I'm going all out. Just don't get too carried away. Sure want to talk.
So the battle is all about defending and attacking. In Final Fantasy 15, you can press the defense button to do
look at this
to avoid enemy attack. You can hold it and they will automatically avoid. But MP will be, it will cost MPs. So if you're an advanced player, you might want to push the defense button just in time. And also for attack, you can, hold attack button to do combination attack. But if you don't like the idea of hold button, you can push it repeatedly to do the same thing. And please note that not these weapons have been changed automatically. So it's all about switching between defense and attack at the right time. And that's rule number 1 from Gladiolus. And in this game, your HP and MP generate automatically, but when your HP reaches 0, you will be in a danger status, and if you attack more and more, you will be eventually be a game over. But your friends will rescue it for you, so you don't worry. In this game, you can warp by using a warp button, and with warp button, you can warp to high places, or when you lock onto the target, you can warp right to the enemy. Well, Gladiolus might not be fast, but for a fast enemy, warping and doing attack combination is really useful. But beware that warping costs MP. And also, there are techniques, which is ability that is embedded in your weapons, the weapon you're equipped. But it costs MPs too. So do lots of defense, do lots of warp, do lots of techniques, but beware MP. Because when your MP is 0, you will be in the status. And in the status, you cannot guard, and that's very dangerous. So, just wait, and it recover automatically. But if you can't wait, just cover or go to the high place, and your recover will be very fast. That's cheating. So, use technique, use warp, use defense, but trying to manage your MP wisely. That's rule number 2 from Gladiolus. And in this game, you can do the parry to enemy attack. To do that, some of the enemy attacks cannot be guarded, and there are marked with these attacks. With this attack, during your guard motion, you can press attack button to do the parry, and press attack once again to do the bonus attack, which deals lots of damage. So rule number 3 is parry every time you can. And for the weapon setting, If you notice, you will find that Noctis weapon changes all the time, and those changes can be set here. Now you see you have 5 weapons here, each with its own motions, its own technique, its own passive abilities. Like for the sword is absorb MP and fast. For the pole arms is a bit slow, but it have a high critical rate. And for the great sword, it is the lowest, but it has the highest damage. So you want to use the right weapon in the right situations. So here what you do, there are 5 slots in orange text, and 5 slot means 5 different situations. So for the first crush slot, it means the first attack. So if you want to use a strong bow for the first attack, equip great sword to it. The railway slot refers to the combination attack. You might want to do a strong attack, but not too slow, so you might use pole arm. And the vanquish is the last attack in the combinations, and counter is counter attack. In this case, let's say we want a fast counter attack, so just equip a normal sword to it and see what happens. When you change, just think of your attack also change. Now you do the first attack with a great sword, counter with a sword, and then combination attack with the pole arms. So change these weapon settings according to the enemy you find in the game, and you should be fine. And that's rule number 4 in battles. So do techniques and change weapons and do parry, and you should be fine in the battles. And lastly, if you find your friends in a danger status, be sure to rescue them.
I'll make sure you never
And
forget
this
it.
concludes Gladiolus Bootcamp.
Yep. I like how we use this picture to show Gladius advice. So, Gladius advice, number 1, make sure you attack and defend at the right time. Number 2, you have warp strike, you have techniques at your disposal, but please do manage your MP properly. Next, parry whenever you can, of course. And finally, assign weapons to the right slots for the right enemies. So those are the 4 tips from Gladius Bootcamp. So, that's it for today. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a nice day.
That's nasty, House. That's nasty.
Okay, sorry. So that's it for today for old information. Now we show some new stuff for Final Fantasy 16.
I'm relieved. You're nasty, House.
I love playing jokes. So
I know that.
first, we'll talk about the buddies in Final Fantasy 15. Now, I always have dinner with Sankun, maybe once in a while, and then he always complains to me that people don't look at my buddies enough. The only time people notice the buddies is when they walk into a tree in one of the active time report.
Well, that's what's in September, and the good news is that they don't walk into trees anymore.
Thank God for that.
And come to think of it, we have never properly, introduced all the buddies to you before. They are just in the trailer, but So I think it's good time we properly introduce them to you, and we're doing it now. So let's go for the introductions. First, for Gladiolus. Well, he's the eldest in all 4, and he's been well-trained since he was young, so he's the strongest and the bravest in all 4. He's always fight in the front of the battles, but yet he's always, laid back and relaxed. And, he cares a lot about his friends, and so he tried to shout advice that is not his own business, like, "Hey, Nog, are you right? Pronto, don't miss the target."
Are you trying to imitate Gladio?
I'm sorry. He's kind of bossy.
Yep.
And he has the highest HP in all 4, so he's the hardest one to die. And in episode Duskai, he's equipped with weapons that allow him to use a technique called the Brave Slash that deals a lot of damage to the enemies. So he's very useful. And the next one is Iggy. Yeah, you might see his picture and wonder why he's so shiny. Well, that's not the design, that's the rain reflections. Yeah, that's not the design, yep. So Iggy Ignis has known Noctis since they were a child, and he wants to be Noctis counsel, so he had been studying a lot, and he has a lot of knowledge, and he liked to cook. And in battles, he's always, stay by Noctis' side, try to protect him. And he might fight ferociously, but he never went too far. He's always come back and try to protect Noctis. And when I say protect, I mean he can use a magic cure in episode Dust Guy. So he can use cure to himself, he can use cure to his buddies, and that's very helpful. And also in the episode Dust Guy, he is equipped with a weapon that allows him to use a technique called Venom Strike, which deals poison status to the enemies. And that's also very useful in long-term battles. And for the last one, we have Prompto here. He is Noctis' classmate, and unlike Gladiolus and Ignis, he has never been trained how to fight before. So he's always anxious in the battles, he trying to run around, trying to be useful. Yep.
Very acrobatic.
Yeah. He tried to show up and sometimes miss himself and, but he's never gave up. He always try hard. And that's his good point. And in episode Dust Guy, he has a special technique. And in the episode Dust Guy, he has a special technique called the bullet bind that will put the enemy in the bind status, and the enemy will get weak there. And my recommend is that you can use your technique like jump to, deal lots of damage at that time. He's very useful.
Yep.
And that concludes the introductions of 3 buddies. Well, Sohas, who's your favorite?
Sorry?
Who is your favorite?
Favorite? Cindy?
No, I mean the 3 guys.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Prompto. I think because before I joined Square Enix, I always thought that Prompto is this, trope, joke character, comic relief that always tells jokes and misses and gets bullied at the end of the day.
No,
right?
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the fact that, he tries his best to be useful in battle despite missing a lot of things like you did just now.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's always smile, but inside he really tries so hard. And when we design character, we're trying to put depth into characters, not only for Prompto, but for Gladiolus and Ignis also. And you can explore their characteristic, not only in the cutscene, but throughout the gameplay. It's all there in the motions, all there in everything, everywhere in the game. So be sure to play it. Yep. And so we go a little bit more about design concept of the buddies. So what we want to do is that we want to present you the best road trip experience for you. So to do that, your buddies must be, your friend, right? Imagine going to a trip with someone you don't really care about, and that wouldn't be a good trip at all. So the design concept is very simple. We want you to be the 5th buddy of the team. Don't mind the art. That's not from our artists.
That's Sun's art as well.
That's not from our artists. And
Not official.
yes. And to do that, we come up with the ideas of 4 elements that the buddy AI needs. And the first one is that they need to be functional. They need to do what AI characters should do in the game, heal you to fight. And that's very straightforward.
Yep.
The second one is that they need to be believable, because robots and tools are useful, but you don't feel they're your friend, right? So we don't want them to happen with our buddies. So we need for you to believe that they are actually alive and they exist in the game. And to do this require lots of AI technologies and stuff. So we have our conscious system, subconscious system, we have the friend link system.
Many systems.
Yeah, many things, and I can explain it to you all in an hour. So we won't do it today, but we really try hard to make them believable. Yep. And the third one is that we want them to be comfortable, and this concept is quite new. It's our signature concept design for the buddies, because we want you to be relaxed when with them, feel fun when we're with them, unsure and safe without them. And to do that, they should not ignore you, but however, if they look to you all the time, it will be too stressful. So we have balance a lot between, individuals and group, the balance of distance. And, we do quite well in the game, so be sure to say it in the game. And the last one is that we want them to be emotional. We want you to feel something for that in the game. Yeah, and that's the 4 design principles we have for the buddies. And, the buddies, they have lots of function in the game. And let me introduce one of them that is implemented in episode Dust Guy. And that's what I personally call the buddy's request, which is actually the, buddy navigation system. So we have the idea when we were actually on a road trip with a teammate.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we really want to know what road trip is actually all about. So we go with the teammates in the companies, and we are driving car, and then, well, while we're driving, someone is always say something like,
I want to go to the bathroom.
yeah, or can I stop and buy something, or
Are we there yet?
yeah. And I want to take picture, can we stop? And something like that. So our goal for the trip changes all the time. And that's happen when you on a road trip, especially with guys, you know. And that's great because you never have the same trip again with other members. And I think that's road trip is all about. So we put the concept into the game. And what we get is that when you on your adventure and you might not notice something, if the friend noticed that, they would just, hey, no, why don't you check this out? And they just run to that and try to guide you to the places. See how he waves? Cute, though? Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yep, and this is what we call the buddy request because, you know, it's a quest, but it still is a request.
Yeah, he loves his puns.
Yeah. And this sometimes is served as a hint to clear the quest. And sometimes it's served as a start of a new quest. You will never know what will happen. And just like the real road trip, you can refuse not to go there to this place. And this is a buddy request system. Yep, so that's all about the what the buddies we
Yeah.
can see today. We will show you today.
Yeah, you know, when you grab that controller and play Episode Daskai in the midst of, you know, all the battles and all that, please do notice the buddies because I did do a lot of debug testing, play testing, and every time I see something new in the game.
Yeah, we designed it so that when you look into them, you will explore something new, a new motion, a new thing you never seen, you never heard before. And yeah, and it's best experience, not in this screen. Just hold your controller, so get yourself a game and see what's happened. It's just real, like your real fan. You never know, you never learn all of them. Yep. And I think, well, you guys might be tired, so let's go to the relax part.
Yeah, so let's relax. Now, relaxation in the JRPG means that it's about the towns, right? So let me talk a bit about the towns in FF15. So just to tie back to the philosophy of a road trip, we have decided that we must make a memorable checkpoint for the towns. Now, how to make it memorable? Number one is, of course, we have to introduce culture shock, right? When you have culture shock, then you will not forget it, obviously. But at the same time, you cannot just do culture shock and make it so unbelievable that you just come back to the real world and say, what the hell is this? You know? So we have to make sure that it is rooted as well. You guys watch Back to the Future? It's my favorite movie of all time. So in Back to the Future 2, if you remember, Marty McFly was walking in this alley, and the scene opens up to, you know, a futuristic setting, and you see flying cars, you see hoverboards. Yeah, 7 more months to hoverboards. Looking forward to that, you know? But at the same time, you see people walking like normal. They're not surprised by all this, right? And that is the balance between having a culture shock and rooted culture in the game. So yeah, we always refer to Back to the Future.
I think they're confused because there are no town in episode Daskai, right?
Well, no big towns in Episode Daskai.
So
Sorry
you
about
mean
that.
there are small town?
Well, yeah, we call them outposts, right? So the reason why there are no big towns in Episode Daskai is because we wouldn't want to purposely put a big town in Episode Daskai just for the sake of the demo, right? So it's actually outside of the region, but you will find other big towns elsewhere, right? So there are 2 outposts in the game, in the Episode Daskai. One of them we have already announced, which is the gas station, right? Yeah, it's an outpost. But we still have not revealed the second outpost, right? So if you remember, if you've seen the active time report in London, you will notice that Tabata-san was a bit evil. He walked halfway through this route, and then he walked towards the dungeon without going in front, right? You guys want to see what's beyond this route? Yeah. All right, that's it.
Us again? We couldn't stay away another day. You have any birds in need of a bite?
Sure do. They've all been waiting for you to come round again.
Thanks for keeping them hungry for us.
Till next time.
BRB. All right, so welcome to Wiz Chocobo Post, everyone.
He means Haz Chocobo Post.
No, Wiz Chocobo Post. By revealing the town just now, the outpost, we have also revealed Yoko Shimomura-san's new song, which is a Chocobo remix song, right? Chocobo theme song. Did you just love her music? So her music follows the theme of what Outpost should be, and it should be a relaxing place, right? Because the problem with Outpost is that unlike big towns that have very clear boundaries between the town and the world map, Outposts are right smack into the world map. So we have to make sure that you feel the stress of battle, but when you get into the town or the outpost, then you feel relaxed again, right? So that is the concept, relax, the third concept. So let's show you guys never before seen artwork of Chocobo Post. That is Wiz, everyone. Yep.
Does anyone think the same thing I do?
Just the hat.
And the tummy.
Wait, shut up. I don't have a tummy. So,
You don't.
okay, this is Wiz. I don't want to spoil too much, but he's a very, very passionate Chocobo rider. So he used to ride Chocobos a lot, and he wants to spread that love for Chocobo riding. And he created this Chocobo Post. And on top of just creating the post, he has also created merchandise. So this is the first time you can actually eat Gizzard greens in a potato chip form, right? And you also have keychains and all that. So yeah, he's trying to appeal to the young people about Chocobo riding. And this is the overall concept art for Chocobo Post. So we have two concepts here. Number one is, well, it's Chocobo, so it's yellow, right? Yep, yeah, and that's why I'm wearing a yellow shirt today, by the way. And second thing, it has to be relaxing, and we want to make sure that it follows the objective of Wiz. So we didn't create a Chocobo farm. We created a place for Chocobo riders to rest after their long Chocobo ride. So which is why Wiz has put in some tables, delivers food and all that. So that is the Chocobo Post art. Now, in the final game, you'll be able to ride Chocobos. Okay, you'll be able to rent Chocobos from this place. Yep, but in episode Dazkai, because the behemoth is running amok in this current storyline, so I'm sorry, no Chocobo rentals for episode Dazkai. Sorry, I tried my best. Okay, and one more thing, this is just a preview of what towns are really like. So in the final game, you'll see the full package, but with the Chocobo Post, I would like you to have a little preview of how the NPCs live their lives. They eat, they sleep, they go home and all that. And also, stuff like shops, systems. We also remove some of the quests that lead you outside of this portion of Dazkai. So please, when you play episode Dazkai, please come to with Chocobo Post. Now, the last concept is support. So we have to make sure that we support your road trip. In other words, your game cycle, right? So when you talk to Wiz, you go to a shop, and then you can actually buy ingredients for your dish to be cooked at the camp, right? So choosing your food equals choosing the buffs that you want, right? For example, fresh slightly increases attack, defense, and experience gain, and obviously prime is a better version of that. Yep.
And actually, when we say slightly increase, we don't mean 5 or 10%, it's 50%.
50%.
Very high. Yep.
And prime is 75%?
75%, yes.
Yes, so we want to show you the importance of camping. We don't want you to lose sleep in battle. And we also remember, there are two others, Sharp increases critical hit rate, that's very straightforward, and immune, very important, immune. So, yeah.
In episode Dasuke, the food is automatically chosen by Ignis, but in the final version, you can choose the food yourself.
Yes, that's right. Now, camping is not the only way to spend the night. We also have the caravan. So you notice that there's a caravan near the Chocobo Post. We have one caravan per outpost. So what you do is you just go to the caravan and just click on the interaction, and then you'll be able to sleep the night. One weak point of caravans is that they do not give you buffs because Ignis will not cook in the caravan. Okay, that's too dangerous. But the good point of caravan is that it will give you an experience multiplier, which means that, let's say, for example, if you defeated a lot of monsters in a day, it's wise to go to a caravan to level up faster, right? But it costs money, right? So balance between camping and sleeping in the caravan. If you want to level up quicker, sleep in the caravan. If you want to have more buffs for your next battle, then sleep at the camp. If not, this will happen to you.
Knocked! Get him over!
You don't want to see this screen in your game.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see this. Well, this is the first time we revealed the game over screen, right?
Yeah.
Hope you won't see that again.
Yep.
All right, so that's all we have for today. We are looking forward to your feedback on episode Dasuke. We're still sorting out how to channel your feedback, but look out for updates in our Twitter account, twitter.com/Final Fantasy, and Facebook account, facebook.com/Final Fantasy.
And I guess when you guys enter this room, there's this guy poster on your chair, right? Actually, we have a surprise. At this side, if you have the Square Enix sticker, then you're lucky. If you have this sticker, please go to the Square Enix booth to claim your prize. We have the prize for you.
Right, what's the price, by the way?
Well, there are 20 special postcards and 5 figures of Ace waiting for you. But if first come, first serve, just go there. After this event, don't go now.
Don't go now.
Yep.
Okay, I know you're in a hurry.
Yep.
And don't kill people with the sticker, right?
Yep. And actually, Hut say that this is all we have, but actually we're not. We have the last video for you, for the buddies. And let's
A
see.
little outpost, yeah.
Yes, for an outpost too. And be sure to expect these things in episode Dasuke. So let's go to the video.
All right.
Gotcha! Chop chop! Count on it! I'm freaking impeccable.
Thank you very much. So before we leave, I've been requested by some of the staff to take a selfie with you guys. Come. Hold on. I stuck with the camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, ready? Put your hands in the air, everyone. 1, 2, 3. All right, and one more professional photographer. Take it first, yes. Because my photography skills suck.
This hurt.
All right, thank you everyone. So, our main priority is to finish the game as quick as possible, but we appreciate your feedback. So, this is Haz,
And son,
and
see you in Duck Sky.
everyone.